Those of us who've lived in Tennessee for a while know what a great treasure it is. Well, every year, more and more people are discovering our great state and moving here. Well, that's good news for the economy, not so good for our native wildlife. Laura Faber gives us a behind-the-scenes look at a rare wildlife resource in the mid-state, one that's all about helping our native species thrive and survive.
Behind every adorable photo of a baby animal, there is a story of a good deed, rehabilitation, and survival.
Hi, Brooke. Did you find another pasta? We found a sibling.
Every day, one after the other, kind-hearted Tennesseans bring all kinds of injured and orphaned animals to a place called Walden's Puddle. Located in Jolton, this professionally staffed wildlife rehabilitation center serves 39 Tennessee counties. Carolyn Pendarvis is the operations manager.
We're one of the largest wildlife rehabilitators here. We bring in orphaned, ill, and animals that are in need of care that cannot survive on their own without medical care. We bring those back into the wildlife center. We give them the food, the medicine, the nutrition that they need. They may be with us 24 hours or they may be with us for 6 weeks. Whatever that care is, we provide 100% of that back to that animal so that they can be released back into the wild where they belong.
Walden's Puddle started in 1989 by a backyard rehabber named Vicki Carter. With a mission to help native species, the need grew and the organization transformed. Now led by musician and animal lover Lane Brody, it meets incredibly high standards and licensing requirements.
Although we're not deemed a sanctuary, we think of ourselves as a sanctuary. All of our animals here are they're in a rehabilitation mode, so we require quiet. We don't have animal viewings here. We're not a zoo, so you can't just kind of walk the grounds.
Drop-offs are by appointment only. An animal care technician, Rebecca Garner, says only trained staff and volunteers handle the animals.
We provide a service for the public in Middle Tennessee to take care of any injured, sick, or orphaned wildlife so that they can bring it here, we can rehabilitate it, and then we can release it back where it was found.
There are a handful of non-releasable animals that live at Walden's Puddle, like Graydon, the grackle, an intelligent bird.
He was attacked by a cat when he was a fledgling, so when he was learning to fly. So unfortunately, he ended up with some neurological issues, and he unfortunately can't fly anymore, so he gets to spend his days here.
This is Nagini. She's an albino corn snake, an educational ambassador for Walden's Puddle for 13 years, and she's never bitten anyone yet. King Arthur, a gorgeous red-tailed hawk, is actually a she.
She was hit by a vehicle, and that impaired her ability to fly, and she also has some visual issues as well.
But the main focus is doing whatever it takes to return animals to the wild.
We get over 2,000 animals every year, so we have a wide range of, we have to tube feed and syringe feed our babies. For our foxes, we get a lot with mange, so we have to treat the mange and then we have to get them back up to weight, so we have to feed them. We have to make sure that they are having clean bedding and nutrition while they're here so they can grow. We also have to do wound care on anything that's been attacked by something and has an open wound. We have to treat any eye infections. We have to give fluids, medications, and we have to do this for a wide range of species.
Human interaction is kept to a minimum. Animals stay from 3 weeks to a year. Once stabilized, they are moved to a pre-release enclosure with more space to build up strength, then tested to be sure they are exhibiting the proper behavior to survive. And finally, it's release day. Today, a pair of red foxes that came from the back of Sylvia Herzog's property. She first saw them on her security footage.
I noticed that the male started to come out during the day, which is very unusual, and he was looking for food. He was very thin, and his eyes were almost shut. He was almost blind, and so I knew he couldn't hunt because of his eyes.
Both had mange, a huge skin problem with this species, but now are healthy. The male darts out, but the female, well, not all releases go as planned, and the crate is dismantled. Finally, she runs.
Never seen that happen, ever.
Only for NPT.
I think we're very fortunate, and we have so much building in Nashville. A lot of the habitats are shrinking, and so that puts stress on the environment. And so we're seeing a lot more wild animals because of that. So it's great that we have Walden's Puddle to take care of our wildlife. The gift to the town, really.
A gift indeed. Walden's Puddle does not accept state or federal funding. It relies on donations, of which 92% go directly to animal care, a rare and wonderful thing.
Every time we pick up the telephone, we remind ourselves that it's all for the animals and that these people care. Oh my goodness, Laura, they really, really care about what's going on here.